Hi students, today we are starting standard 9 subject science 1. Last lecture already we have started our lesson number 4 measurement of matter, and in that already we have studied about the laws of chemical combination. In that point we have studied two laws of conservation of matter and law of constant proportion. Today we are learning next 2 points, the size of an atom and the mass of an atom. But before starting this point, we will see the structure of an atom. In previous standard already you have studied about the structure of an atom. So let us see the structure of an atom. Observe this diagram carefully. What you can see here, in the structure of an atom, at the center of an atom, nucleus is present. Which part is present here? Nucleus. And in this nucleus, positively charged protons are there and electrically neutral neutrons are there. Now electrically neutral means what? Not having any type of charge there. Not the positive charge and not the negative charge. So electrically neutral neutrons are present in the nucleus. And around the nucleus extranuclear part is present here. And in this extranuclear part, negatively charged electrons are revolving around it. Which type of charge is present here? Negatively charged. And already you have studied that total how many orbits are there where electrons revolve around the nucleus? Total 4 orbits are there, namely K, L, M and N. So by using these 4 orbits, electrons freely revolve around the nucleus. Now this is about the structure of an atom. Now we will see the next point of our lesson. In that, the next point is the size of an atom. The size of an atom is determined by its radius, and because of that the size of an atom is also known as the atomic radius. Now we will see the meaning of the atomic radius. Atomic radius means what? Atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus of an atom and its outermost orbit. What is the most important thing here? Atomic radius means what? The distance between the nucleus of an atom and its outermost orbit. For that, observe the diagram carefully. Atomic radius means what? The distance between the nucleus and the outermost orbit. So whatever size, whatever distance will be there in between the nucleus and the outermost orbit, it is known as the atomic radius of an atom. Understood to everyone? What is the meaning of atomic radius? Distance between the nucleus and the outermost orbit. And it is expressed in nanometer. Which unit is used to express the atomic radius? Nanometer. And 1 meter is equal to, how much nanometer is there? 10 raised to 9 nanometer. Only electron microscope is used to give the atomic radius of an atom. The size of an atom is totally depend upon the number of orbits present in an atom. It means that if number of orbits are greater there, then the size of an atom also larger there. So understood? The size of an atom is totally depend upon the number of orbits present in an atom. next point, the mass of an atom. The mass of an atom is totally concentrated in the nucleus. Where is the mass of an atom is present? It is totally concentrated in the nucleus, and it is due to the number of protons and number of neutrons in it. So see again, the mass of an atom, where concentrated? It is concentrated in the nucleus, and it is due to the number of proton and number of neutron present in it. Now we will see the next concept related to it is atomic mass number. Atomic mass number means what? The number of proton and the number of neutron is called as the atomic mass number. And nucleus, just type of concept also written here. Nucleus is what? Protons and neutrons are together called as the nucleons. Protons and the neutrons, when we call it togetherly, at that time they are known as the nucleons. So understood, nucleons means what? Protons and neutrons together called as the nucleons. Now we will see about the next point about the relative atomic mass. You know that the size of an atom is very small. So in olden days it was very difficult to find the accurate measurement of the atomic mass. But nowadays that unified method of the measuring of the mass is accepted there. But in olden days, one concept is accepted there to find the atomic mass of an atom, and that concept name is relative atomic mass. Now we will see the meaning of it. Relative atomic mass is what? The magnitude of the relative atomic masses of various atoms equal to their atomic mass number. Now what is the meaning of magnitude? Magnitude means its value. So how we can define it? The value of the relative atomic masses of various atoms equal to their atomic mass number. Atomic mass number means, already you have studied that atomic mass number means number of proton and number of neutron. Okay, so nowadays that accurate method as a unified method is used for to see the or to calculate the atomic mass of an atom. And for that, which unit is used there? That 1 U. U means, already in last lecture I have told the meaning of it. U means Dalton. So 1 U means how we can write the value of 1 U. 1.66053,904 into 10 raised to minus 27 kilogram. It is the value of 1 U or 1 Dalton. Now here few examples I have written. See that example. These examples are related to the relative atomic mass. Now relative atomic mass, here H, in front of it 1 I have written. Why? Because hydrogen has 1 proton in its nucleus. So relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. See the another one example, Hd means which element? Helium. Helium's relative atomic mass is 4. Why relative atomic mass is 4? Because number of proton plus number of neutron in helium is 4. So relative atomic mass of helium is 4. Same way, C means carbon. Carbon's relative atomic mass is 12, means number of P, number of N. And nitrogen relative atomic mass is 14, number of proton and number of neutron. So understood everyone how to find the relative atomic mass. Now we will move towards our next point, chemical symbols of elements. Already you know that in chemistry that elements are indicated by its symbol. Some type of symbols are used when we write that chemical equation. Two types of equation you have studied there, word equation and chemical equation. But while writing chemical equation, you need to write the symbol of it. And these symbols in olden days, that some signs was used at that time. But today we use symbols determined by the IUPAC. Now what is the long form of IUPAC? International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So whatever symbols are determined by the IUPAC, these all we use to write the symbols of the element. And one method also we use for it. This method is known as the Berzelius method. Now according to this Berzelius method, how we can write the symbol of the element? Two examples I have written here. So according to the Berzelius method, suppose the name of element is boron there. At that time, you have to take the first letter of that name of the element, and it should be in the capital. So the symbol for the boron is B. And again another example I have written here, helium. In helium, if we will take only first letter, then what will be the symbol for the helium there? Only H. But already H is the symbol we use for the hydrogen. So here we can use the next letter to write the symbol of helium. But that next letter should be in a small letter. That is, the symbol of helium is He. But in that, first letter is capital and the second one should be small letter. So this is about the chemical symbols of element. Now we will move towards our next point, molecules of elements and the compounds. Already you have studied that what is the difference between the elements and the compounds. How compounds are formed there? Compounds are formed by the combination of two or more different kinds of the elements. Now there are two types of molecular states are there. In that, the first one is a monoatomic molecular state and the polyatomic molecular state. Mono means by name only you can understood here. Mono means single and poly means many. So we will see the definition of it. Monoatomic means what? Have independent existence. And for that, two examples I have written downside of it. Examples are helium and the neon. Mostly zero group elements shows the monoatomic molecular state. And polyatomic molecular state means what? In which two or more atoms of an element combine together to form the molecule of the compound. For example, oxygen. The symbol is O2. It means that two atoms of oxygen, when combines together, it forms the molecule of oxygen. And here another one example is nitrogen. It means two atoms of nitrogen, when combines together, it forms the molecule of nitrogen. And these both having two atoms there, so this is also known as the diatomic molecules. So understood everyone, what is the difference between the monoatomic and the polyatomic molecular state? Now see the next point about the molecular mass. Molecular mass means what? The molecular mass of a substance is the sum of atomic masses of all the atoms in a single molecule of that substance. In short, I have written the meaning of it. Molecular mass means what? Sum of constituent atomic masses. For example, suppose we will take the compound H2O. In that, total how many constituents are there? Two constituents, hydrogen and the oxygen. So, when we will do the sum of constituent of atomic masses, when we will find the atomic mass of hydrogen and atomic mass of oxygen, at that time we can calculate the molecular mass of compound H2O, means water. So understood, molecular mass means what? Sum of constituent atomic masses. And just like the relative atomic mass, this molecular mass also expressed in unit Dalton. And what is the value of the Dalton here? The value of Dalton is 1.66053,904 into 10 raised to minus 27 kilogram. It is most important because it is useful for the next examples. When we will find the molecular mass of the compound, at that time it is necessary. Now, related to this, we will see some examples there, and from that we can calculate the molecular mass of compound, and in that we will see the how to calculate the mass of the constituents which are present in the compound. Now, we will see one example. In that, we will see the how to find the molecular mass of the compound. Now observe the given example on the blackboard. Which example given here? H2O, water. Now if we want to find the molecular mass of H2O, first we have to find here the mass of the constituents. Okay. Now which steps we have to use there? About that I have drawn one flow chart here. Observe it carefully. Now first we have to write here constituent elements. Constituent elements means by which that compound is made. Okay. Total two constituents are present in the H2O, H and O. So write the name of it, hydrogen and the oxygen. After that we have to write the atomic mass of that element. Already while studying the law of constant proportion, we have seen that each and every element have its proper atomic mass. So atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 and the atomic mass of oxygen is 60. Okay. After that we have to write the number of atoms in the molecule. Now number of atoms means what? That how many atoms are present in the molecule. Total hydrogen, total how many atoms are there in the hydrogen molecule? 2 atoms are there. So I have written here 2. And in H2O, how many atoms are there in the oxygen? Only 1. So I have written here 1. So number of atoms in the hydrogen molecule is 2 and number of atoms in the oxygen molecule is here 1. After that we will see the next step. It is in this step atomic mass number of the atoms we have take with the number of atoms. Now atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. So we have to take it first, and after that we have to multiply it by the number of atoms. Number of atoms 2 are there. So 1 into 2. And here also same. Number atomic mass is here 1 and number of atoms are the 60. So mass of the constituent of hydrogen is 2 ones are 2 and here 16 ones are 60. Okay. So by using this step we can calculate the mass of the constituent, which is useful to calculate the molecular mass of H2O. Now we will see the next step. How to find the molecular mass of H2O. For that, one symbol, see this given in the bracket, atomic mass of H. This is the one type of formula. By using it, we can calculate the molecular mass of H2O. First, we have to take the atomic mass of H into 2 and the atomic mass of oxygen into 1. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. So, we have to take it, and total how many atoms are there? 2 atoms are there. So, 1 into 2 plus atomic mass of oxygen is 16. But only 1 atom is present in that H2O. Oxygen molecule, how many are there? So only 1 is there. So 16 into 1, 2 ones are 2, 16 ones are 16, and 2 plus 16 total is 18 U. It is the unit of the molecular mass. So molecular mass of H2O is, how much is there? 18 U. Okay. Related to this, again one example I have written here side. Observe it carefully. The next one example is NaCl. What is the name of this compound? Sodium chloride. Total how many constituents are present in the NaCl? 2 constituents, Na and the Cl. Already I have written mass of constituent here. Mass of constituent means by using this method we can calculate the mass of constituent, but already this mass of constituent I have written in the bracket. Mass of Na is 23 and chlorine is 35.5. So by using this mass of constituent we can calculate the molecular mass of sodium chloride. Same way, this formula we can use to calculate the molecular mass of NaCl. So atomic mass of Na into 1. Why I have written 1 here? Because only 1 atom is present there, and atomic mass of Cl into 1. Here also only 1 atom is present. So here in next step we will write the atomic mass of sodium. Atomic mass of sodium is 23, okay, into 1, okay, and atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5 into 1, okay. Here 23 ones are 23 plus 35.5 into 1 is 35.5, and total will be the 23 plus 35.5 is 58.5 Dalton, and this is the molecular mass of NaCl.